So dragons are cats, right?
I thought they were dogs.
Alright, anyway, hi guys. So, we're sorry it took so long to get out. The last week was just fucking insane. So you and I saw us at very different times. You saw us like 2 weeks ago, and I only saw it like on Friday. Well, like a little over a week ago.
Yeah, it's only been out for a week, man.
It feels like forever.
Like in the time of movie reviews, man, we're like eons behind.
Kinda, a little bit, yeah. Which I'm really just fucking hard to catch up. Especially for like this movie, because like I've been such a huge fan of the first two films.
Yeah, so I saw this on opening night with my friend.
Yeah, which I was not invited.
Again, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I just like giving a shit about that because you try to BS your way out of it.
I
go to this guy and he goes like, oh yeah, I can't afraid because I'm seeing How to Train Dragon 3 with Jeff, and I'm like, and you didn't invite me? And he just goes like, well, I tried to contact you. He's like, motherfucker, you have my number. No, you did not.
It's okay. I just wanted to see a movie.
I mean, I get it. It's not a big deal, but it's fun to make fun of you for.
That's okay. That's okay. I was talking shit in front of your friends last night. Don't worry about it.
Wait.
Yeah.
What did you tell them?
The salad thing.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. And leave it like that, so then okay. All your fans will be, what the fuck is this thing about salad?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
It involves salad. That's all you need to know.
The salad thing.
Why are you asking so many questions? Anyway, so
fucking Thousand Island Ranch, motherfucker.
I actually like Thousand Island. Anyway, so yeah, How to Train Your Dragon 3. It's good. It's not as good as I want it to be.
I gotta say though, from the storytelling place, it's not the best of the trilogy, but from a visual standpoint, it's fucking gorgeous.
It is gorgeously animated. All three of the films have always done something animation-wise that just looked absolutely incredible.
Well, there was this point when like there was some work of sand and like just like particulates and like there was fire and ash and all of that, and it was just like, wow, I can touch that fucking sand with my eyeballs. That looks awesome.
Well, I mean, I remember seeing the first movie in 3D with my dad back when it came out, and I remember just thinking the 3D in that movie was unbelievably good. The only case where I thought the 3D was unbelievably good.
Well, because I think that was sort of in trends of what was going on with technology at the time. So when the first How to Train Your Dragon came out, that was when everyone was working on water effects.
Well, it wasn't the water effects; it was the flying effects. That's what that's what got it in the first movies. Because like the flying sequences in 3D looked unbelievably good.
Yeah.
Because that was like the first and only time I ever got in vertigo by watching a 3D movie in theaters.
Okay, I didn't get that. So for now I remember the first movie. It was just the way that they were able to emulate speed and
speed and height.
For a viewing audience, and that's why that movie was really incredible from a technological standpoint. Number two, I think had lighting. Lighting was really well done. Mm-hmm. And then this one is about particulates.
Okay, fair enough. I can see that.
So that's sort of like what's going on in the trend of what's happening with 3D animation and video games right now. So like if you've played like Kingdom Hearts 3, you can think about what you want about the story, but there's some particulate effects in that game where you're just like, holy fuck, I can touch that with my eyeballs.
Speaking of whiny animals, I apologize you guys can hear Max in the background.
Let me just grab him.
Like, he's got a new toy that he immediately destroyed, and now it's sitting on the table and he wants it out, so he's whining about it.
It's fine.
Hey, look, it's the little toothless. Alright. Oh, we have not learned how to train this dragon. Anyway.
He's trained.
Alright.
Doesn't pee in the house.
So there's that. Okay, so, anyway.
Alright, this is how we're doing the review now.
Alright, sure. So yeah. That's a technical standpoint. Yeah, the movies do look really good. I think the first two movies I think took more chances narratively, in terms of what it wanted to do with his characters and where it wanted to grow the characters. These are the ones that mattered. This one I feel like it still does that, but not to the. It's not as strong. And it's not saying it's bad, it's not as strong.
See, I think the thing is that with those first two movies, you're leaving the option of character growth sort of more open-ended. And then this one, it's just sort of like the hard thing that a lot of Hollywood trilogies have a problem with is
I'm not sure I would say
how to end.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would say it's open-ended necessarily.
It's more open-ended than this one.
Because the first movie's kind of left it pretty kind of closed off. The first movie, he make it good with his father, and dragons being a part of civilization. Second one, dad dies and becomes the chief of the village. And the third one is about how the dragons disappear.
Yeah. But I feel like, okay, maybe I could take that back then. I feel like I definitely felt like this is just sort of like
no, it's because it's
the Toy Story 3 of this company.
Except Toy Story 3 is better.
Yeah, of course it's better, but I'm just saying like there was a sort of sense of like saying goodbye to there was sort of like a closing. There was a sort of a feeling of like closing of a book.
Yeah, which is again not a bad thing to do, and I'm glad this trilogy got a chance to end on its own terms at the very least. But I think because the first two movies had really good character relationships, and it involves a phrase that I thought I'd say, which is I really miss Gerard Butler.
Oh man.
Because it really does show like how much of a critical part he played in the first two films. That his absence is really felt through this movie.
Yeah,
and one of the best scenes in the movie is a flashback with him in it.
So that is Gerard Butler. Like
Gerard Butler reprised the role, yeah.
Okay, cool. So I was just like, didn't he get some like voice alike? Didn't they?
No, you can't replicate Gerard Butler.
No one can.
Yeah, but you can replicate T.J. Miller though apparently. Because T.J. Miller is sure not appearing in this movie. Because T.J. Miller is one who played like one of the twins in like the first two movies, but because of T.J. Miller shot himself in the foot, now he's Mr. Recast with the best T.J. Miller sound alike they could possibly get.
I mean, not that it's hard.
I'm
kidding.
He does have a certain nasally quality that it's kind of hard to replicate.
Yeah, it's fine. He'll do. He's still got that pull, maybe.
Not really. He's kind of alienated a lot of people.
Okay. What the hell did he do? Never mind.
He pissed a lot of people off. Is what he did.
Well, he does. He's that. Yeah, I don't know. He does that in every role that he's playing in.
You know the best, but like not in a way that makes people want to work with him.
Yeah, I know. I heard about Silicon Valley at least.
I mean, the best he's gotten. You know what's bad, and the last thing he's really had in anything recently is Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oof.
Yeah.
I've never seen Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, he Big Hero 6.
Oh yeah. I forgot about that character for good reason.
Yeah. But no, like as far as this one, like I think just comparing this movie to the first two movies, like there was like one scene in every one of these films. Like I said, like that was unbelievably good. Mm-hmm. Like the first one had the first flying sequence, mm-hmm. which is an unbelievably good sequence. Mm-hmm. The second movie has a scene where Gerard Butler sees his long lost wife for the first time.
Right. Yeah, that was a fucking tearjerker.
That is an unbelievably good scene.
Yeah.
This movie didn't really have that. So maybe that's why it just doesn't feel strong to me.
I think there's a powerful statement when he has to say goodbye.
I mean, I'm saying I guess, okay, maybe if I had to pick one, it'd probably be that one. But like...
It's The act of letting someone go for their own good was pretty powerful to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I can see that. And like, it's like, I guess to me it just didn't hit as strongly as it wanted to. Mm-hmm. And I think maybe it's because I didn't feel like the movie was pushing the characters forward as much as I feel like it should have. Because there was a big difference between the characters on the first movie where they are in the second movie. Third movie, they're pretty much the same as they were in the second one. So it's kind of like, okay. And then they just, instead of like having more character moments between the characters we care about, they decided to give like the sidekicks some more screen time, and they were all kind of annoying.
Oh god!
Because at least like in the first two, they were there, but their involvement was pretty minimal.
Oh god!
But this one, there was multiple scenes with Hiccup and not T.J. Miller. Talking about like marriage and shit.
Oh, and also talking about how his glorious beard, which is totally real.
Yeah,
is glorious.
And there's a lot of scenes like this weird like scene where the guy who's played by Jonah Hill is trying to bang Hiccup's mom.
Yeah, that was. that comes off as extremely creepy.
Yeah, and not to mention, it's kind of weird also that Hiccup's mom, for as much of a huge role she played in the last movie, is really relegated to a bit part here.
Yeah, and I felt like especially fucking Hiccup's mom. God, that was so annoying. I don't really think the movie needed to like poke that bear more than once. Like it should.
It kept coming back to it. It was like awkward. Although I will admit, I did kind of like the fact that they're implying that the blacksmith and Kit Harington get together.
Did they?
They implied it. They said that character, the blacksmith, is gay.
Huh. When?
It's implied in the second movie, and the actor just straight up confirmed it.
Oh, okay.
Craig Ferguson. Yeah, he's like, no, he's gay.
All right.
And they implied a little bit in the second movie.
I
Yeah. But in the end, you see them kind of like flirting, like hugging at the very end. Like, oh, good for him. Like, that was the one case. Like, you know what? Good for him. He found somebody. And it's Kit Harington, so you know they'll have beautiful adopted babies. No, you don't get to go.
No, you don't get rights right now.
No, you can only for your toy.
Yeah.
All right. But for those wondering about that intro, the reason I brought that up is this is the kind of weird things about this film to me. The one that I was in the theater, I was literally just kind of taken out of it. Like, wait, what? Really? We're doing this? Is the fact that the villain in this movie, who I like, this series has never had the strongest villains.
Shush. Shush.
Series never had the strongest villain, but I will say this is one I found the most entertaining, at the very least, because he still maybe got a few laughs out of me.
Yeah, I definitely felt like he could have been developed a little bit more.
That's the case for all the.
But I thought like what he did was kind of cool. Like he used.
Oh yeah, it's pretty cool scenes.
Fucking mind control poison, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, like the scenes he had with with Hiccup and all, were all pretty solid scenes.
So apparently you got the whole like immigrants thing out of it. I sort of got more of like pit bulls.
That doesn't make any sense based when you actually listen to what he says, though.
I know, but then when you said it, that the immigrants thing, I was thinking about it a little bit more, and I was like, huh. Yeah, because they do get sent back to their own country.
Because, like, okay, so for context, by the way, no other character brings this shit up, which makes it even more weird. Because, like, the first movies definitely imply, like, as fight against prejudice against dangerous pets kind of thing. Like Max here.
He's so dangerous.
He's very dangerous. Yeah. But in this one, he comes in, the villain comes in who's just like this dragon hunter. He's like, he's got all the Night Furies, and he wants the last Night Fury, apparently.
Yeah. And Mr. Zaz about it.
Yeah, and so he comes in and he has these scenes at Hiccup where they talk about like the philosophy of teaching people to tolerate dragons in their community, and like if people start talking about that, start believing that, imagine the chaos they'll bring into this world.
Immigrants.
And I was like, wait, is this going for like a homosexual thing, like a homophobic thing, or like? And then later on, they come back to the sign. And he goes like, "You want them to believe that dragons aren't anything except thieves and murderers." I'm like, really? You're going for the immigrant metaphor?
I mean, I think xenophobia is a more appropriate.
Probably, yeah, but,
yeah. It was just weird that he also used dragons to hunt dragons. I felt like that was sort of like going against his own message.
Well, I mean, this is a dark example to draw from, but the Jewish camps had Jewish police officers there.
And once again, the Nazis have proven me wrong.
I know,
you can go worse.
You can. I'm not saying this movie's like a metaphor in the Holocaust or anything. That was Planet of the Apes 3. Anyway.
I don't know, like the attempt to cage him up several times felt pretty Holocausty.
Sure, if you want to go that route. At least no one's gotten actively, just violently murdered.
Nobody got murdered in this fucking movie.
I mean, at least the first movie killed. I take it back. No, a hunter guy dies.
Does he?
I mean, that's a pretty long fall.
Okay, I'm just saying though.
He goes he goes kind of like the way the Mufasa, but it's a spoiler, by the way.
I don't know. It's more like the mom from Tangled, but
I never saw Tangled. But...
Oh, she dies exactly how she dies in the Kingdom Hearts 3.
Okay.
Kind of thing, except the
That doesn't turn into a giant monster.
Doesn't turn into a giant monster.
That would have made them way better.
Actually, it totally would have. So, what was I trying to say?
Villain deaths.
Oh, yeah. No, in general, I don't think anybody fucking died. Like, the first thing that they do is they sneak onto a boat, which is holding dragons, and then they, like, raid the place, set the place on fire, and then actively go out of their way to not use the pointy parts of their weapons, or their flaming fucking swords to, like, stab anyone.
I mean, say what you will about How to Train Your Dragon 2, they just straight up fucking murdered people in that movie.
Yeah, but, like, nobody died in this movie. Like, literally, the girl, I forgot her name.
Astrid, yeah.
Astrid literally has an opportunity to just, like, cleave through somebody's skull, like all D&D, like Nat Tony shit, and just, like, goes for the handle and goes, bonk!
Are you really criticizing a DreamWorks animation movie for
yes,
not cleaving somebody in half?
They've totally killed people in 2, though.
But not like Mortal Kombat chopped them in half.
You can at least use the flat part of the axe, and then I'd be like, okay, blunt damage, that's good.
So, how is the handle different?
What?
How is the handle not blunt damage?
It feels like on purpose. I don't know. You know what I mean?
I don't. That's why I'm asking.
It's like okay. It's like when you finally realize that the lightsaber work in episode 1 of Star Wars was like extra safe. It's like wow, nobody's like in any sort of danger ever. Just like, oh fuck, the Vikings I hear. Better prepare to bruise.
I mean, that's like saying, I don't feel like the stakes in Shrek are high enough, After a certain point, you gotta concede that's still a kids movie.
I guess, but like,
I'm not
had a flaming fucking sword,
and I'm like,
and stabbed nobody.
And I'm not saying you're entirely wrong either. That being said, like I do kind of wish it took a little more risk that I feel like at least the second movie did. That being said, I mean, I'm not only one person got stabbed in the second movie.
Yes, that would be great.
Yeah, and nobody lost a limb in this movie. That's a first for How to Train Your Dragon movie. That's a weird thing to say.
Wait, who lost in 2?
The villain had a whole arm missing.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a big part of his character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and why he hated dragons and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to control them. I mean, at least the second movie also had, like, the sprawling, gigantic, like, battlefields and all that shit with, like, the 2 giant dragons and, like, fighting it out while, like, there's cannon fire and all that shit going everywhere, and it was really, really cool. This movie doesn't really go anywhere to that particular scale.
Yeah,
which for me, like, definitely feels like it's definitely condensing things, and I get why they are, but it does feel like it's something that's a bit lost in the process, too.
Anyway, I just feel like if you're gonna, like, you're gonna go to war as Vikings, you should at least, like, not maim anyone, but, like, leave less than perfectly intact.
I mean, these for kids.
Kids will learn.
Okay.
Don't fuck with Vikings. That's a perfectly good kids lesson.
By showing them blood and gore and all that stuff?
No, by showing them that the axe is pointy.
That's like saying, like, kids need to learn about the Bible, so I'm going to show you Passion of the Christ.
Oh, no one needs to see that movie.
I fucking saw that in a church group when I was a kid. I still have not forgiven my church.
Yeah, wasn't that a fucking...
Granted, I haven't gone to church in, like, fucking 20 years. Like, not 20 years, like 10, 12 years. But... feels like longer. Anyway, but I still remember being taken to a movie theater with that as a kid without my parents.
Yeah, that was
that scarred me. That shit scarred me for life. I have never touched that movie since. Nothing important. I mean, like, problem is, like, and again, I'm not saying the movie's bad by any stretch of imagination. I still enjoy this a fair bit. Mm-hmm. I guess this movie it didn't quite live up to the expectations brought on by the first 2, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like it pushed the characters far enough forward, in my opinion. It definitely ends in the night little bow, which is perfectly fine, but like at the same time, I saw this is going to massive spoilers, by the way. at the very end, it cuts to Hiccup as like an adult, like as a full-grown adult now with 2 kids of his own, meeting up with the dragons for the first time in God knows how long,
At
and
least,
like the reunion for that.
at least 6 to 8 years.
At least 6 to 8 years, and my first thought was like, why couldn't that have been like the whole movie? Because to me, like that was way more interesting than anything that happened before. Like, I instantly want to know. Like, I get why they didn't do that, but like I don't know, like half the movie maybe. Like
No,
the first
because-
half, then go like the dragons disappear, and the second one's like the reunion. Because I'm like, man, like that would have been great. Because you could have kept going the themes of parenthood and like teaching your children teaching the next generation how to be better than your generation, how to get over long-established prejudices and all that stuff. That was like the whole point of the first 2 movies. Or learning the limitations of ambition and all that stuff. This one, but like, and you could have done all that in a way that would be perfect. But it's just only the last 5 minutes, and I'm kind of like, I really wish it was more. That's just me. I don't know about you, but
I think that ending needed to be like for what they were going for. That ending needed to be what that ending was. I honestly don't understand like why didn't they just build like a giant floating like fortress like somewhat close to
Well, how do you make it floating?
what?
How do you make it floating?
Just rafts and shit. I don't know. They live off of fish anyway.
I see a lot of problems with this.
Whatever. Anyway, I don't know. Like they moved to a new island, and so I'm like, if they moved to like, you know, if they found like a somewhat closer island, they could just be like the guardians of the secret world and just be like, don't fuck with the dragons.
But there's like also like a giant waterfall right there, so when they have to be constantly fighting the current,
They don't have to be like that close. They could be like
it's still
50 nautical miles away.
Then how are you protected at that point? They can just go around you.
What?
Then who are you?
I don't know. They're Vikings, or they should be.
I think we've given them like anyway. Moving on. But no, like honestly, what I think is way more interesting to me. Granted, this isn't really fair because projecting what I wish the movie was compared to what I actually got. So I mean, it's not really fair criticism. But being teased like Hiccup as a full-grown, like a full chief adult, to me would have been more interesting exploration than just kind of just extending it a little bit further than the second movie did.
It's okay. They'll do it for number 4.
If this movie gets a number 4, it sounds like this movie's pretty open and done at this point.
No, because then the focus would be on the kids.
Maybe. Well, maybe they're actually based on the books now.
There were books.
This is the whole thing's based on a book series,
Huh.
but they're prequels to the book series.
Huh.
Yeah, and apparently the books are a lot darker.
Kids killing adults with axes, huh?
Well, Hiccup, unlike Toothless, is dead long before the end of this point.
Fuck. I don't want to watch it anymore.
I mean, that being said, like, yeah, like, I still enjoyed the scenes with, like, Toothless and, like, the Light Fury, even though some of it was bordering on pretty silly.
Girl Fury.
Girl Fury, they never give her a name. She's just the white one.
Wow. Girl Fury.
I'm not wrong, though.
They do call it, it's like, I don't know, Bright Fury, Light Fury, Girl Fury. There's ways you can name her. Or if you're a Yu-Gi-Oh nerd, the Blue Eyes White Dragon.
That would have fucking twist.
And then Seto Kaiba comes out. Yugi.
It comes some years ago. He has that stupid little arm thing.
Oh, the fucking dildos.
Yeah. What the fuck you call that?
Behold, Kaiba, the power of my Night Fury! And it's just Toothless and he's playing with like a ball of yarn.
Doing his awkward mating dances.
Toothless!
Doing his awkward mating dances and shit. And like that stuff was fun. Like, alright, it's like watching cats be cats, but they breathe fire, so that's kind of fun.
And also can do complex, art.
Well, I don't know, some cats are smart.
With the fucking sand? That's what I was talking about.
Maybe.
When he drew the fucking face. And I was like, what the fuck? I also thought it was pretty interesting to kind of see that the Night Furies sleep upside down like bats.
At least this one does. I don't know if they all do that.
Well, I mean,
Why not?
it makes sense. It also doesn't make sense that the girls are white.
I mean,
maybe she was albino, but then her eyes should be red.
I'm assuming that's just a species thing.
It's weird. Like
Judge nature, Howard.
no, because like in the avian species, female ducks, for example, are designed to be more camouflaged. So I mean, what are they? You know.
But she can literally camouflage herself though.
That is true.
Yeah. So
maybe that's okay. Whatever. Who cares?
like literally camouflage, like disappears. Alright, sorry about that.
Yeah. Fucking DoorDash.
Yeah. Actually, that was Postmates.
Oh really?
Yeah. Anyway, so sorry about that, guys. I mean, like I said, I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. It's just not as good as I wanted it to be. Sorry, Max is all perturbed because he didn't get to see the Postmates person. It's okay. We need to find you a little light corky.
No.
No, right, bright corky. Sorry.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, it's still a fun kids movie. I still liked it. Did you like it?
It was fine.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not groundbreaking. It's not as interesting as the other two movies are, but for what it is, it's fine. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I feel like if if the focus of the movie was for like technological achievements, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, that I will agree. I just wish it kind of took more risks, or at least had bigger stakes, like
Or like a better writer.
or a better writer. Yeah, and less hiccups, sidekicks in the game would have been nice.
Honestly, if like Jonah Hill's character was dead,
I know, kill one of them off for fuck's sake.
like actually add some stakes, you know, whatever. Or like the girl twin was like should have just
Yeah, it's kind of hard to figure out what anyone actually learned in this movie because the first movie had pretty clear arcs and where things were going.
Mm-hmm.
I guess this one's about learning to say goodbye, which is fine. But that being said, when you do include like the weird uses of metaphors and comparisons in this movie, the mess of this movie kind of gets fucked up. Again, coming back to the villains' random rants about like how they're thieves and murderers.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
And then you tie that with the fact the movie ends with the dragon going back to where they came from, and with Hiccup going and learn teach them how to hide away until we can learn to get along, which is like how the actual narration of the movie ends. I'm like, okay, so if that's an immigrant metaphor, that's horrible, and if that's a dangerous pets metaphor, that's still pretty bad. So either way, like, I don't really know what kind of message we're trying to go for, because either way implies that things that are different need to go away until we can learn to accept them, because that's totally how history works.
Alright, cool.
Yeah,
what were your trailers?
I don't even know if I wrote mine down, honestly.
I got the Ugly Kids.
The Ugly Dolls movie?
Yeah, I got the Ugly Dolls.
Oh yeah, I did write them down. Did you get the Angry Birds 2 trailer?
Yeah, and they were... I saw that and my immediate thought was, oh fuck, Mike's gonna be so angry.
I didn't even hate the original one that much. At least didn't make angry people. Like people were expecting me to just fucking be livid over that movie. And I still didn't like it. Be clear.
That movie was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, but it was still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad. I think I had like 2 or 3 jokes I thought you were genuinely really funny.
I liked how they sort of tied in the actual mechanics of the game at the end. It's just like, yeah, so we're just gonna fucking shoot ourselves over at the fucking pigs, because fuck green pigs.
I still like the one joke in the first movie that, to this day, is like, that was a fucking brilliant joke. Is in the anger management session when they have like the big red one. Right. And it just goes like, and you're here for, and she like gets really wide-eyed, and it cuts to, it's like slowly zooms in his face, the lighting changes, there's like police sirens and people screaming in the background. And he just goes, I'm just gonna close that. He just murdered a whole bunch of people. And he somehow got away with anger management. And he never says anything the rest of the movie, he just grunts. It's like, okay, that was funny.
Like the big guy.
The really big guy.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
But they just imply he's just a serial killer.
not a serial killer.
Or he just did something horrible.
He's definitely just like not good.
Someone's disappeared. That's what we all know. Someone's gone missing, and they have not found him or her.
Anyway, so I got like a bunch of trailers, and they're all kids movies, and I can't remember.
And like
all of them.
Breakthrough, Wonder Park, Dog's Journey, and all those.
Oh, I definitely got Dog's Journey,
Yeah.
but it was like a new trailer where they showed me the entirety of the movie, and it was just like with the other dog movie we just saw. It's like I don't need to see this movie.
Well, hold on. Maybe that movie would have dog racism too.
No.
I don't know, man. You never know when they sneak that one in there. As we learned.
Dog racism.
Dog racism. No, racism for dogs. That's what they called it. You don't remember that part?
Yeah, I know.
I remember that part.
What else did I get?
Yeah, I didn't get that many trailers. Either that or I stopped paying attention.
I got like 8 trailers, and I was like, man, these are like a shit. I mean, it was opening night, so
Yeah.
I get it. But I it's just there's just so many of them.
Don't stress if you don't remember it. I think we're probably gonna wrap up here if you're ready.
Yeah. Okay.
So, final thoughts for How to Train Your Dragon 3? It's the weakest of the 3, but I still enjoyed it. That's pretty much my friend. Yeah, like it's good. I think oddly enough I enjoy this more like a movie too. Go figure. But yeah, so we're still in the middle of catching up because I know I'm so fucking behind. So there's thankfully with Captain Marvel coming out next week, like nothing opens like next to that because I still don't want to compete with Marvel, and I don't really blame them. So I have like this week to catch up, and then I only have like 1 or 2 to go through next week.
Oh, right, and my pulmonary embolism is in full effect right now.
Oh yeah, that's what we got to see this week.
Yeah,
fucking Medea.
So yeah, I have a huge aortic. I have a huge aortic dissection that needs to happen.
So
soon.
we got to see Medea family funeral. Fuck. And
my arteries.
I get it, Howard. All right, I'm not asking you to see the fucking movie. All right. Then we got Greta, and then Fighting with the Family. It was actually Fighting with My Family. It was actually supposed to be pretty good.
Oh, I did kind of want to see that.
So maybe you and I can check it out later this week.
Okay.
And that's the last week. That's the last week we got, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being patient as we work through this crazy couple months. And see you next time. Bye bye.